Give it up for the incredible Paul Gannon! Come on! Right, so what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to basically give you a 1 hour and 90-minute show in about 10 minutes. So hold on tight. So basically, let's get the dog shit out of the way. The reason how this show ever happened was because I tried to kill myself twice. Comedy. I know I'm not always popular, but when someone says, oh, I tried to kill myself twice, woo isn't really good for the soul. Right, so, but what that meant was, I went through a whole load of CBT and therapy, and to cut a very, very, very long story short, I got into a hobby. What is this hobby? Based on something I love, and it was Ghostbusters. Yes, I know! So to prove it, here's a picture of me, age 7, as a Ghostbusters fan. Look at all that hope. Look at all that wonder. The Kenner backpack, the trap that changed your voice.
You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, now let's fast forward to about 2 years ago. There we go. And look, no hope there at all. All went away. So, I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. I went through therapy. Someone said get a hobby. It was a doctor, so I was watching a lot of shows at the time. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ghost hunting because paranormal kind of tourism became a huge thing after the success of one particular show. What do you think that show was? Most Haunted! Most Haunted was one of the first paranormal reality TV shows. Basically, if you want to see ex-Blue Peter presenter Yvette Fielding have a nervous breakdown in the dark, it's the show for you. Well, basically every week, her and her family went to a haunted house and did experiments, science experiments. And it started out reasonably well. It started out with a kind of interesting take on using modern technology like night vision and K2s and electromagnetic fields and all this kind of stuff to do ghost hunting. However, after a few episodes, it kind of evolved into this.
Liz, then show us. Show us tonight that it's really you. Please.
Derek.
What's that noise? I'm not a bitch.
Heroin's a wonderful drug.
Yes, you can.
I cannot make it up the
Obviously, I put the music on, that's not from the show. And that's her husband at the end, she's slapping because he won't climb a fucking ladder. So, I got into all these shows. Now, one of the biggest breakout stars of Most Haunted was a guy you saw in that clip going, oh! There's a guy called Derek Akora. He's a psychic, or as we like to call the trade, bullshit artist. Yeah, well, I could seriously talk about this all fucking night. Basically, he became the breakout star. Yvette and Cole, the kind of producers and hosts of the show, did not like it. They ousted him out with that whole catch. However, what he became infamous for was one moment, I think the second series, and like he liked to get possessed by ghosts and they would speak through him. It's how they made content on the show. Nothing happened. So, in this clip, you're going to see him get taken over by a ghost called Mary, who's looking for a long-lost love Richard. However, it came out like this.
The name Robert walks around, and I know Mary does, but there's this peace and calm spiritual activity there with...
Here we go.
Right? How's it going? You alright? Mary loves dick.
I mean, I don't know if that's liable or not, but everyone likes a little bit of dick. Right, so Most Haunted was the first of the party, but it didn't make the most friends. What happened is in America they saw the success of Most Haunted and did their own thing. So the Sci-Fi Channel, which as far as I know hasn't done sci-fi in about 15 fucking years, decided they would do a show called, actually I don't think it was Sci-Fi, it might have been a History Channel, but either way, they decided, that's still true, I don't think the History Channel's done anything fucking history-based in years. They released a whole load of shows. I used to have a list in my show that would show you, it'd be a click, 400 titles, click another 400, click another, loads of them. I'm going to give you a few of my favourites. The most popular was called Ghost Hunters. Two ghost hunters used to be plumber, they had a thing called, oh, what the fuck was it called? I don't know, they were ghost hunters, right? And they went around the USA solving ghosts and catching ghosts, and it was a big success, ran for like 20 seasons, made the hosts millionaires. There was a spin-off called Ghost Hunters International, where they went around the world, like Transylvania and Madrid and Cardiff, to do ghost hunting in there. And then these had another spin-off called Ghost Hunters Academy, which was Ghost Hunters meets X Factor. So the idea was people would go, oh, I'm going to be a ghost hunter, prove it. Here's a haunted house, some psychic, go and have some fun. Oh, you're not very psychic, are you? No, you're voted off. You're much more psychic, you're in. And then he whittled it down, got a winner, and then put them in the spin-off show, Ghost Hunters International. However, that wasn't the end of it. There's one called Ghost Adventures with a guy called Zach Baggins, who's a cunt. I hate to say this, but if a frat party ever made a ghost hunting show, that's Ghost Adventures. It's a show where he goes to a murderer's house who killed someone with an axe, found the actual murder weapon, bounced it above his head and threatened the ghost to drop it on his skull. For content! And he bought a house that was, you know, demonic, and it made a film called Demon House. It's very poor, I suggest you watch it. And then there were other shows, more kind of esoteric, like very specific ones, where they got celebrities to come and talk about their ghost hunting. And one of them, my favourite, The Haunting of Meatloaf. Genuine, and the great thing about it is, the whole documentary is him talking about the creation of Bat Out of Hell. And he goes to this one recording studio in New Orleans, I think it was, and in that period he gets haunted. However, it must have affected him mentally, because the last 5 minutes of the show is him standing in an empty shower, looking at a ghost that's not there, saying, I got a platinum album, what did you get? And then there was a show called Naked Ghost Hunting. You can do as many jokes in your head as you like for that one. There was another one called Ghost Collector. Ghost Collector was another great show that mashed up formats. It mashed up ghost hunting with Antiques Roadshow. So, in one of the early episodes, they go to this hotel which has a typewriter, and it's in the attic, and the attic sometimes has noises coming out of it, and people swear they can hear the typewriter go clack, 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 ding, clack, 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 ding. So the ghost collector comes in, he waves a few doodads over it, goes, oh, it's very haunted. Let me take it to an expert. So he takes this expert, he takes the typewriter out of the hotel to an expert, and the ghost collector says, oh, what do you think? And the expert says, oh, this is fascinating. This is one of the very first ever keyboards with a QWERTY layout in the US. This must be worth $5,000–6,000. And the ghost hunter went, okay. Takes it back to the haunted house and then goes, oh, it's very haunted. If you want me to take it off you and get rid of the ghost, I'll take it back to my house. And the hotel goes, oh, all right, yeah, you take it. And he walks away with a £5,000 fucking typewriter. Oh yeah, your flat screen 4K TV's haunted, I don't have that at all. And then there was possibly my favourite one was a show called Ghost Lab. And Ghost Lab is what happens when Americans take the format of Ghostbusters too much. It is two vastly overweight gentlemen dressed as Ghostbusters, wearing all their equipment on their back like ghost hunters. And it all came a cropper one day when they go to New York, because in one of the tenement buildings, in one of the upper floors, apparently a guy killed a bunch of women and came back as a poltergeist. And they were like, oh great, death, let's exploit that murder and exploitation of women and get some ghost hunting stuff out of it. So they go into the building with all their packs on and all their equipment dangling off them, and then they go into the building and there's a big sign saying lift, out of order. And then they look up and there's like 12 flights of stairs. So you see these two poor guys going, oh god, oh god. They get to the front door of this apartment building, right, a haunted house, the poltergeist thing, which allegedly chokes people. And the ghost hunter bursts the door down, the big guy walks in and crosses the threshold and instantly goes, ah! Oh god, I've been choked! And I'm thinking, no, what's happened there is you've confused supernatural with cholesterol. But not quite the same. So, I got into all these shows. I started doing ghost hunting to kind of get out of my funk. I was meeting lots of weird and wonderful people. I was getting out of the house and doing strange and unusual things. And to some extent, it fixed me. I certainly wasn't locked in my bedroom all the time, being dark and depressed and sad and frustrated about my life. I was actually out there meeting people. And the weird thing is, because of my performance background and all these kind of bits and bobs, I got invited to take part in a show which was basically Most Haunted live on a theatre, live. And we locked the audience in and do Ouija boards and table tipping and lots of stuff, lots of bullshit, right? And I was the skeptical host because I had to stand there and get booed, something I've become very fucking used to. So, can I just show a picture of the crew from Psychic and Science? So, there's me, on my knees, as per usual. Standing next to a psychic called Chris Conway, lovely guy, absolute bullshit artist. Next to him, in the middle, is a guy called Richard Felix, who's one of the ghost hunters on Most Haunted before he was kicked out for being too popular. I love him. He's a batty old man, but I love him. Great story I like to tell that kind of proves what he's like, is that he says, oh yeah, I had a chat with a farmer the other day. I thought I was going to get my own turkey from him and kill it myself. So the farmer gave me some suggestions. And Richard explains how the farmer said, you get the turkey, you hang it upside down, and put some tarpaulin. When it's dangling there for a bit, you break its neck, chop it out, let it bleed out, pluck it, turkey for Christmas. Long story short, the turkey escaped and he nearly burnt his house down. And then at the end, you have Denise, who was part of the ghost hunting group that I was hanging around with, and she got me the gig in the first place. So it was a lot of fun, but just by the look of the title, if you can see Psych and Science, what did you think the emphasis is on? Science, it may as well say psychic and Play-Doh. It made no sense, but we did these experiments every show we did, and we went around the country, did some interesting stuff. There was one case where, once we went to one place on the south coast, I forget where it was now, I think it was Woking, and we got people, a religious group, saying, you can't bring your ghost show here, it's evil. And during the show, I got a message in my earpiece from the producer saying, we've got protesters outside. And I went outside thinking I was going to see a massive madness in religion. It was 4 old ladies holding a Bible. And I went up to one and went, come on, it's a fun show, we talk about everything, come on in, we'll get you a ticket. And the old lady went, you disgust me, and spat in my face. So my instant reaction to was go, it burns! And stagger away. And then we went to a place in Leicester, and Leicester emailed us in advance saying you can't come here. Someone took a picture of our theatre, we saw a ghost, it's freaked us out. If you do your show here, you will unearth some evil. So we went, can we see the photo before we cancel the show? So do you want to see the photo of the ghost?
Yes. Yes.
Here it is. Now, can you see where the ghost is?
On the left.
It's just here, there. Yeah. And for a minute we were like, and then we noticed something really weird. That image is not right, that's landscape. It should be portrait. It was taken with a phone on its side, so we put it in the right orientation. Bang! The ghost is now floating like Paul Daniel's magician's assistant. She's floating there, sideways. And there's the seating, and there's the upper belt. So what we found out is that this one guy who was with us on the tour went, oh, I'll catch you that ghost for you, don't you worry. He goes out, comes back 5 minutes later with his phone and goes, is that your ghost? He went, yeah! He went, it's an app called Ghost Cam. It was either that or Slimer from Ghostbusters. But to end on, rather than give you a big ha-ha story, because my story's quite sad and I did try and end it all again not too long after that performance. But I will end with this. Lots of people have said, well, do you believe in ghosts? No, I don't. Is it a waste of time? Possibly. But I do have some evidence that I can't explain as something that happened on Psychic and Science. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so I'll send you the back. I'll set it up for you. We're doing a show in Inverness. It's 800 people in this theatre. It's a theatre built on the side of a church, on top of an old graveyard. It's a beautiful place, all things considered. We're doing a show, and in the show we have this big Ouija board on a table with a camera above it looking down so it films everything. And over the course of 2 or 3 minutes, there's a message coming through. A little girl, I can't remember her name now, but she used to play on the field that before it became the churchyard, before it became the graveyard, all this stuff. And she died a long time ago, but she likes to stay around. The theatre staff even said, some nights we think we see a girl running about the theatre. Ooh. So we're doing this psychic Ouija board on stage, and I'm zoning out because I tend to, it's a load of bollocks. And I've got a little recorder on the side of the stage where I tend to record the show. I tend to just record bits and bobs in case anything happened. And after about 30 shows, not much happened, so I was surprised I gave it another go this night. Glad I did. Because as I'm standing there zoning out, and everyone's talking on the Ouija board, I hear this little girl's voice. And it was literally hovering above me, in front of me on the stage, and it went, la, la, la. And I went, oh. But I thought nothing of it, because you don't know what it was, until suddenly there were murmurings in the audience, and someone went, oh, did you hear that? And I was like, yeah, did anyone hear that? And I said, where do you think the sound came from? And 800 people all directly pointed at me at the same time. So the show stops, and we try and rationalise it, because you don't know what it was. But I recorded it, played it back, put it through the mic, and I caught the voice. So what you're going to hear now is a little bit of the Ouija board, followed by a lady asking a question. And in the background of her voice, you're going to hear this la la la. So I'll play the clip, and then afterwards you'll hear just that little bit sampled over and over, so you can just pin it out. Here we go. They all got very excited. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to play that little sample of the voice going over and over and over so you can hear it again now, so hopefully it's a little clearer.
Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it?
Drop the bass! It's that kind of thing. So out of all the ghost hunts I did, over the 150 ghost hunts, over the 50 shows that I did, it all boils down to, did I see a ghost? No, but I heard that, and for all I know, could have been a fucking owl. That's my goal.
You're on the